Hi Mohita. Hello everyone.
Hello, sir.
Hi, Sunil. Hello, everyone. Sunil, we'll just wait 2 more minutes, please, and then we can start.
Sure, no problem.
Yeah, just 2 more minutes. Mudassir, just check with the leads on the ABC club of ours on the group.
Sure.
Or is it cricket? Is
Probably.
that the
Probably.
Yes, of course.
World Cup is going on. So
Yeah, that has started. Yeah. I think everyone's waiting for when is India-Pakistan playing?
14th October.
Acha, see, you know it already. Great. Great. Okay, so I have to just mark my calendar. 14th October it is. Okay.
It's in Ahmedabad. So
Oh, are you going to go?
no.
No? Okay.
I mean, it's 2 p.m. in the noon. This heat. I'm not that crazy after cricket.
Right. But I need to look at the calendar once. I need to see Mumbai mein, what matches are playing. Probably I can get tickets and I can go.
Yes.
Meet, how are you doing?
Yeah, hi.
Hi.
I'm doing good. It's a long day.
Yeah, it's
But
been a long
excited.
day.
Yeah.
Excited for the weekend.
Yes.
Right. What are your plans for the weekend? You'll start with trekking.
Yeah, tomorrow I'm going office outing.
With office people, what is exciting about that?
You compulsory.
Oh my, how is that? Okay, but it's so nice to see. You said it's exciting. So, that's great that, you with your colleagues and everything, and you like your work. So maybe, it's exciting to even go out.
My team is very nice, so I enjoy that.
Right, that's great.
So what about you?
No, I will sleep. I'm just going to catch up on sleep. That's my weekend plan, like mostly every weekend. So
exciting that though.
Very excited for me to just like catch up on sleep. Yeah.
Yeah.
Raymond and Vinay, hi. Just would like to say hello to you.
Hello, ma'am.
Hi. Vinay, are you from a college?
Yes, ma'am. I'm from a college.
Which one?
VNR VJIT, Hyderabad.
Okay. You're from BJIT. Okay. Nice. We have our ABC there.
Yes, ma'am. I'm the lead.
You're the lead. That is super. Okay. That is lovely. That's lovely. Are you on the ABC leads group of ours as well?
Yes, ma'am.
You are, right? Okay, perfect. And Premant, you've been a regular as well. Hi, how are you?
Hi, I'm good. I'm good.
Premant, which college are you from?
Mid college.
Tell me the full form.
No full form yet, just abbreviated MIC.
Okay. I'm sorry. Okay, I see. Okay, where is it situated? Where is it located?
Kanchinchala near Vijayawada.
Okay, that's in Vijayawada. All right. That's lovely. Thank you for being here, Premant. It's nice, and even your questions that you ask and the way you interact and engage with Sunil, I think it's really nice. Thank you for that.
Thank you.
And we've got more people coming in. Sunil, do you want to begin or do you want to wait?
No problem. We can start. Anyways, we are recording, so it will be on YouTube. So
yes, it
we
will
can
be.
Start.
Yes, for sure. And maybe Mudassir, just drop in links when Sunil speaks, and just drop the Discord link, also the Algo Bharat YouTube channel. So just put it in the chat box, okay? I'm sure
Yeah, he might.
Yeah.
I mean, Mudassir, I believe you have heard. You are muted, so even if you are speaking, we are not able to hear.
Right.
Yeah, hello.
Yeah, perfect.
No
Yeah.
Yeah, I've
Yeah.
told people to join shortly.
No, that's okay. What I wanted to say was that, when Sunil is conducting his session, if there are some important links that Sunil speaks of, just put
Yeah,
it into
sure.
the chat box. Yeah.
Yeah.
Also put in your Discord link and the AlgoBharat YouTube channel link.
Yeah, okay.
Right? Okay, perfect.
Also, Vinay and
Yeah.
Siddham, please ask your team members to join us.
Yeah, no worries. Everyone will join, and those who aren't, they can always just check the AlgoBharat YouTube channel. We'll put up the session after we'll put up the recording after the session ends.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you. Sunil, it's all yours.
Yes, so thank you very much, guys, for joining us again. We are conducting the series alternate Fridays. That this Friday we are going to have C#. Now I understand the entire, the community is moving towards we have to do React.js and we have to know JS and we have to do the other JS and all. But these are the languages. C# is the language, or Java. These are the languages which are you can say one of the oldest languages and one of the most powerful languages. And believe me, guys, when it comes to very high profile enterprise level projects, they still go ahead with C# and all. And as I explained earlier also, that C# is Algorand is the likely the only platform with the integration in terms of blockchain you can utilize as a backend pretty easily. So that's what we are going to do today. We are going to deploy a very simple Sandbox application first. Then we will deploy the same Sandbox application to a test network, right? So let me share my screen. So I believe the screen is visible, right? Everyone?
Yes.
Yeah, it's visible.
So you can see that over here, we are trying to do Sandbox to test network. Now, what is Sandbox basically? So Sandbox is a local environment running in your machine, while test network, that means that same environment is hosted somewhere else and you can access through a link. So that is called a test network. So there are fewer steps which are required to migrate from your Sandbox environment to your test network environment. So first of all, you need to change the RPC URL from localhost to the cloud-based links, right? Second thing, you have to get the passphrase or mnemonic for the test network wallet, because the Sandbox wallet will not work on the test network wallet. So you need a different test network wallet also. Examples can be Para wallet, MyAlgo wallet, right? So I would prefer Para wallet. So you should go ahead with that only. Wallet address. So basically Sandbox wallet address, that is that code is already there. When we create our first console application, right? It will be already there, and which we need to replace with the code to create the wallet from the mnemonic or passphrase, whatever you want to call that. So basically sort of a master key from where you can create your wallet address and the adjoining private key, right? And then using that, you can call the smart contract function. So these are the simple steps which are required from your Sandbox to test network deployment. So these are the test network links. AlgoD link. There are two links you need to replace. One is this one, the other is this one. And the Para wallet link is also given, right? I'll share the PPT also afterwards, so that with the YouTube, you can take a look at the PPT also, and that will clear all the doubts if you have any. And these are the fewer AlgoKit commands, because everything, whatever we are doing on C#, the ultimate thing is at the core, AlgoKit also is required, or AlgoKit is must, right? To have that interaction with the Sandbox deployment. Yeah, probably when you go to test network, yeah, at that time you don't require AlgoKit, but every now and then you will not go ahead in the test network. So for the local development and all, the AlgoGyaan commands, the fewer commands also I have copied over here. I will execute this command one by one. So let us begin our journey in terms of let us create the first application. So I'll just fire up my Visual Studio. I'll go to create new project. Too many windows. So create new project. Over there, either I can search for Algorand over here, and that will also give me all the templates based on the Algorand extension, or you can, because lastly I used this one, so Algorand console template for Sandbox. This is what you are supposed to create. So if I click on that, then I have to click on next. And as we are doing this one in terms of what we are doing, we are creating an application and we are deploying over the test network. So you can say that testnet deployment 1 or maybe 11, because I have done the other deployments also. And then I can just click on create. So what will it do? It will create all the basic contracts and all for us, which can be used to deploy over the test. Now, before we move ahead into any sort of deployment, the first thing what you need to do is you need to first check that whether AlgoKit, what happened to this one? AlgoKit local net start. So this is the first command to start your Sandbox environment, right? So basically I have already done that, but still it will check if the nodes are running and the nodes are healthy. So at the bottom, you need to have these 3 nodes running healthy. And over here, you can see that that's a new version available again. So if I want to change, I can change that, because AlgoD has a new, that means some Docker, this AlgoD Docker has a new image, which I can download. Currently, we don't require that, so we'll not. So this is the first command. Before using C#, you need to do what? You need to start the Algorand environment or the local Sandbox environment. You can check from here also. If you go to this one, you can see that in use. That means the Sandbox environment is working. Now, after creating this one, on the right-hand side, you will be able to see there is an error under the Solution Explorer window. So just right-click on that and click Update. So once you do that, you can select like this and click on Update. It will ask for apply and accept. So then the errors will be gone. So our primary job is, now we discussed that we wanted to deploy this code over the test network. So first of all, let us deploy on the local network, and then we will migrate the code to the main network, right? So over here, these are the all 4 different codes which are given to us or contracts given to us, but I don't need them right now. So what I'll do is I'll just delete all of them. I want to start from scratch, so I'll delete them. I don't want the proxies also, so I'll just go to that folder and delete all the proxies also. That's fine. So now we have nothing in the contracts, we have nothing in the contract proxy side. Now if I open this program.cs file, you will be able to see a lot of code over here, which is meant for all the applications which we have seen on the right hand side. So I'll just select them and I'll delete this code also. Right, I'll delete everything from here. These 2 things we require. That's why I'm keeping that as it is. Now over here, it's a static function. Static function, if you have ever understood or learned Java or C#, they start with from a main function, but that main function has to be a static one so that it can be called immediately when the program starts execution, right? So this is a static function. Now you can see that we are getting some errors. On the bottom, you can see there are 6 errors. So I can just remove all these functions because we don't need all these functions. I'll remove this one. I'll remove deploy everything, whatever we need. Right. So now what will happen? Now we will have only a main function, right? Over here, we will have set up AlgoD connection. That means we are connecting to what? To our local environment. You can see that the link is localhost 4001. Over here, we are having the second link that is for indexer. That the second link is for 4002. So this is your Algorand connection. From here, from the Sandbox environment, we are getting 3 wallets. As I explained earlier also, that Sandbox creates 3 different wallets or 3 primary wallets. If you want to take a look at those wallets, you can just write down like this: AlgoKit, goal, account, list. And that will give you the list of all the 3 wallets which are created for you. You can see that CYC, LAY, and 3. Correct? So this particular function will, what does it do? It basically fetches the wallet addresses from Sandbox. That's okay. And this is basically creating the list and all, and we are assigning the primarily the creator wallet, which is the account 0 wallet in the array of 3 wallets. Now, the next step is we want to add a contract, we want to add a class. So I'll go to contract folder. I'll right click on that. I'll click on add and I'll click class. And then I'll just put the name over here. Instead of class, I'll just have sample class, right? I believe we have already done this, so I will not repeat most of the things. Now over here, what do we need? So let me go to the things which we have already done. The sample class, which we have done last time. I'll just copy some code from there. So first of all, we need 2 namespaces. So if you are coming from React.js background, this is basically like you are accessing some packages, right? So over here, I'm going to access those namespaces. And as soon as I do that, I need to inherit this one from the smart contract, right? Now, the moment you inherit, because it asks you to deploy two functions, which we have not created the functions, and that is the reason it is giving us directly an error, right? So what are those 2 functions? If you remember, these are the 2 functions which we require. So I'll just copy these 2 functions and I'll paste over here, right? Guys, I've already done this thing, so I'm not repeating certain things, so don't worry. In the first video itself, I believe we have covered this one, how to add and how to call and how to generate a proxy and all. So these are the sample contract is ready now because we have overridden the two functions which we are supposed to override when we inherit the smart, right? So approval program and clear string. Now over here, we can write down our own function. So if you remember, we wrote that addition function, very simple, right? So I'll just copy that addition function, which is a very, very simple function over here, right? And you can write down like public integer add to num. This is a function definition. The 2 variables we have utilized as an argument, and we are returning the simple a plus b. Now over here, there is a thing which is called smart contract method. That means we are calling the smart contract method. But over here, I have written on complete dot no op. So if you are using Algorand now, because like I believe this is the 4th session we have. So no op basically is no operation, right? If you just remove that and put a dot, you will get the list that what is done. Clear state. That means if you want to clear the entire memory state and all, you can pass that. You can, if you have to delete the application, you can. But by default, this will not work because it will ultimately delete the smart contract. So it will not work. No operation means you are not taking any action after that. Opt-in, I believe you are already aware when you create an asset over the Algorand and you want to send the asset to the other wallet address, the other wallet address has to opt in. Without that, it will not work. So currently we are going with no operation. And then we are telling the compiler, the TEAL compiler, that this is what we are trying to execute. And over here, we are saying that, okay, public integer add 2 number, integer A and B. So 2 arguments, we are able to see that. Okay, so over here on the right hand side, one of the most beautiful things I'm just trying to explain to you guys. If I, yeah, over here. And you can see that now I just need to put this side by side so we'll be able to see. Okay, you're those 2, I just need to, okay, let me just extract that out. And if I can put over here, yes. So now this is a live debugging. So on the right hand side, what you are seeing over here, pardon my screen size, but this is a tail script, which is live being converted from your C# code to tail script. You can see that transaction number of arguments, BNZ level 1, level 2, and add to num. And if you change it will be changed over here right away, right? So if I do, let's say, so you can see that it is changed. I've added one S and it is changed live. So the till particular, because we are saying that the Algorand works on the tail script, and this is the C# code is being converted to a tail script code live, right? So it is talking to the compiler directly. So this is basically the bytecode, or you can say machine code or anything else, which practically converts the C# code to a tail script to be understood by the Algorand compiler, or AVM, which is basically known as Algorand Virtual Machine. Similarly, if you are working from, or if you are coming from Ethereum background, it is known as EVM, that is Ethereum Virtual Machine, right? And you can see that what are the two variables, smart contract, one complete, see the entire definition, everything is there, right? So basically what is this? This is the live compilation of your smart contract to the tail script. Now this is very, very much necessary for everybody to understand. Why? Because if something goes wrong, you can go ahead and press over here that why this contract is not functioning, or why it is not behaving the way it should behave, right? So where can you find that? You need to go to dependencies. One more time. You need to go to dependencies. Then you need to go to analyzers. Under the analyzers, you will have Algo Studio. Then at the scroll down at the bottom, you will have Algo Studio source generator, tail generator. And if you click on this one, this is your file, basically, which is basically converted to your machine code. If you have used Ethereum, especially in Remix also, when you deploy the code from the left-hand side, you will see bytecode and ABI. So the bytecode, if you carefully study, it will look exactly similar to this one. Not exactly the same in terms of text, but similar to this one, right? Because that is also understood by the EVM. And normally all these programs which are understood by the compilers, those are stack-based programming. So one by one, whatever steps we are doing, it will be executed one by one. And that's why this live debugging feature is mandatory or necessary for us, right? Meanwhile, if you have any questions, you can write in the chat box. Don't worry, I'll answer them once the session is over. So this is the smart contract we have done, we have generated, we have added. Now it is time to generate the proxy. So right click on this one and you can see at the last generate proxy. So I can just click over there. I need to find out this deployment 11 folder. So I'll just go back to this one, repos, and in repos we have 11. So this is the deployment 11. I'll go to that folder. I'll go to contract proxies and just I'll click on save button. As soon as I do the save part, I'll be able to see the contract, not here, contract proxies from here, right? So that is basically now we are able to see, or we will be able to use the code in the main program.cs file, right? Now we have done the sample contract, we have done the sample class proxy also. Now it is time to deploy over the network. Now if I run this as it is, right, it will work because we have the contract we have done, but it will not deploy anything. Why? Because I have not written the code for any sort of deployment over here, right? So what do I need to do? So I'll just quickly go back to the actual code where I have tested in the morning. So I'll just explain and then we will do over there. So first of all, we need an app ID. So what is an app ID? An app ID is basically your application address, which you will get after you deploy the class. Now, in order to deploy the class, we need to write down the code also for deployment of the class. And that is this very simple. So I'll just copy this one. I'll come back to my original one and I'll write down, I'll paste the function over here. So what is this particular function? The job of this function is, this is a static async task, which is return a ulong variable. The name is deploy sample class because my class name is sample class. And you can see that I am passing a wallet address over, which is the name of the address is a creator address. And then I'm just creating a variable. I'm initializing the sample class. And then using this particular class's method deploy, I'm passing the creator, that means the wallet address, and the AlgoGyaan API instance, which is basically your local host address for now. And we are returning the app ID. So once I write this one, I'll be able to utilize the app ID created by using this task, right? So what is the next step? Guys, that's why I'm just copying one by one code, so you will have a better idea of what am I doing. So this is a deploy class function. This is what we have done. Now the next part is to get that same API, same app ID over here, right? So I'll just need these two lines for now. I'll go to my new code and I'll copy these two lines over here. You can see that because we need testnet deployment also. So I'm just writing over here sandbox deployment, not deployment, but sandbox consumption code, right? So this is basically you can consume the application which is deployed on the sandbox. So it's an application ID because I told you earlier we need this application ID. So I'll call this particular task because it's an async. I need to make it available, and then I'm passing the wallet address from the creator value. And whatever app ID I receive, I'll paste over. I'll just write down. I want to write down to the console. But then this is okay. We need to consume the class also. So what do we need to do? We need to initialize the proxy class. And this is the way to initialize the proxy class, right? So I'll just copy this line. I'll come back over here. How do we do that? Sample class proxy. This one, we are initializing that particular class. We are creating the object. So proxy is my object. And again, in that, what am I passing? AlgoGyaan API instance. That means that 4001 link and the app ID dot value. That means whatever I've received over here, the value of that app ID, basically the ulong number. So let's say 1000, 1001, 2, something like that. Now, once we have done this one, now we are able to call the add to number. So if you write down proxy dot, you will be able to see that add to numbers is now visible, right? So now utilizing this one, what you can do, you can call those two functions for me, right? So over here, if I go back to that place, we need a variable also to store the value. So I can write down this one. So let me just first of all create this code and then we will write down the final. So these are just the code of console, like means I want to accept the values from the console itself. So I have just declared two variables, first value and second value, and I'm writing down the consoles over here. So console.write, enter the first value, console first value, then I'm converting whatever I'm reading from the text, I'm converting to integer 32, and I'm assigning to the first value. Similar thing I did for second value. Now we are all ready. So I'll just copy the last code, and the last code is for deployment of or consumption of the function. So I'll just do this and we are good to go, right? Now, just a second, guys. No accessible add to num accepting the first argument. What is wrong with this one? Yes, add to num. We have the account sender and all. So why is this not working? It's a string node, program.cs, control S. Let's say I can pass null also now. Let me try to run. No, it is not allowing me to run. Okay, one thing is missing. I missed to add that one. So over here, test deployment 11.proxies, you can see that the proxies either does not exist or something. And over here, we can see that the namespace is there because we have deleted certain pieces of code. I believe the reference missed out during due to that one. So if I let me just do that proxies implementation again. Yeah, so over here we can see that the proxy is not available for now. So let me just delete this one. Let me go over here. If we can tell me how to add. Okay, I can just write down probably using proxies. Yes. And we are good to go. It is still generating error. Why it is giving an error? The namespace is the same one. Control dot. No, that's okay. It is not here it is there, it is not able to access over here. So control dot, let's say, but still it is telling me it is not there. So the point is, it is supposed to add over here because proxy we are able to create. The proxy is not getting an error. Proxy dot, yeah, I'm at two nums. Okay. Okay. The problem is over here. Sorry, guys. It was my mistake. Right. So this is all done now. All the errors and everything is gone. Now let us just deploy. Let's see whether whatever we have done is correct for the Sandbox environment or not. Because today's task is not just to deploy on Sandbox, but to deploy over the test network also. That's why I was just moving quickly for the Sandbox deploy. So I'll do over there. I'll run that part only, and we will be asked enter our first value and all. If everything is fine, yeah. So you can see that the app ID created for is 1056. I can enter 12. Then I will enter 88. Let's see if we get 100. Yeah, we got 100, right? So this is the application called 1056. Now, let us just minimize this one for now. But as I told you, and even if you have read in the title also, that we need to now deploy to the test network. So over here, I'll do this first of all, test network deployment code. Now over here, set up Algorand connection. This is the function you need to change. As you can see, the links are given over here, right? So over here, the first thing which I want to do is the links are already shared with you, and I'll share in the PPT also, so you will get that link. So what you need to do is you just need to do this one, and we are good to go, right? This particular way, you can see that I'm not doing any other code. I'm just replacing these two links with the links which I have already showcased over there. Now, but again, because we are declaring the same variables again, so I'll just comment all this code and we are good to go. So over here, what you can do is we are doing the configure HTTP client the same way over here. Instead of passing this link, we are passing the links for the test network. That is the live net HTTPS. And if you scroll over here also, the second link for Algorand indexer I have passed. So first step, if you remember, I told you that we need to change the RPC URL. So we change the RPC URL. Now what is the second step? Second step is we have to create the wallet. So this is where the wallet addresses are created. So this is basically, if you carefully study, you can say that this is Sandbox wallet creation. But what I want to do is, I want to do a creation over here for test network. So testnet wallet creation. This is what we want to do. Now, but you know that in order to create the test network like this, we need mnemonic, right? So how do we get that? So I'll just go to browser. I'll open my Para wallet. I gave you the link also. This is the link, Para wallet or web.parawallet.app if you want to use that directly. Now over here, what you need to do? So I'll step by step create a new wallet. I'll get the passcode from there. I'll fund that wallet and we'll move it. By default, when you create a wallet over Para wallet, don't forget to change the network from here. See, it is right now a test network. If you go to setting, on the setting part, you can see that node settings is either mainnet or testnet. And we are now using the test network. So don't use the main network. By default, it will be main network. You have to move towards the test. So just change this one, right? Let us go to accounts part now, and then we'll create account. So I'll create an account, right? Over here, I want to create an account. No, I don't have any other account. And I'll create the account name, let's say Sunil K. Create account. Now this is passphrase. As I told you that we need a mnemonic and we need this one, 25, you can say words. So I'll just copy this one, right? And then I have backed it up because I know I need to do that. So I'll go to that the test document, and over here, I'll just copy that particular set of words over. I have backed it up, and then what we are going to have, we are going to have the first Para wallet account. So over here, we can see that the Para wallet account address is this one. But now I need to add funds also. So what will I do? I'll press this button called copy. I'll open this bank.testnet.algorand.network. Mudassir, if you can paste the link in the chat. And then I need to click on I am not a robot, and I need to paste the address over here, the wallet address. To do what? To get the test tokens. So you can see that it's a sending request and we are getting 200. So if I go over here, I'll be able to see soon 10 algos over here, right? If you don't see that, you can just click over here, like go to accounts. You can click over here and you will be able to see the 10 algos, right? So over here also, soon we will be able to see that 10 algos is there. But I told you that we need that passphrase. Okay, the wallet is created. We got the passphrase also, and we got the test tokens also. Now it is time to consume this wallet address to deploy the same contract which was just created for Sandbox. So I'll go to that code for now. And what I need is I need that those text. What text we need? We need this text. So I'll just copy this one and I'll paste over here. Right. So currently it will generate an error. Of course, why? Because we are not doing anything right now. It is just a string for us. So what we are going to do now, we are going to write down the code for creation of wallet. So I want to have to create a string variable. So I'll create a string variable, which I'm going to use the word mnemonic. I always make a mistake while writing the spelling of this one. So pardon me. Then it is okay. Why it is giving an error? Because I have not put the equals to sign. So that's okay now. We have created this one, mnemonic. And the last code is to do what? To create a wallet out of this one. To wallet out of this particular mnemonic we have just copied from Parallel. And the last piece of code is creator equals to new account, creator mnemonic. Or you can add the same way we can add also like creator, and we can have M capital, no problem. Now, what am I doing? I'm having creator because creator is the wallet address which we are using to deploy our smart contract. So over here, creator, new account, and in the account, what we are doing, what we are passing, we are passing the mnemonic. So over here, whatever we are doing, creator mnemonic, and we are good to go. So what we have done, we have created para wallet. We copied the passphrase or mnemonic or whatever you want to call that. And then from there, we have created the creator wallet. But over here, these wallets are already created for us. So I'll just do what? I'll just, you can say, comment all those lines. We need only this one. So string creator mnemonic, and then we have passed the create. So ultimately, all the things are now in place. We have created the code. We have changed the RPC URLs. So now we have a test network code. We have changed the wallet. We have the test network wallet address now. And rest of the things we don't need to change anything. So I can just put Control S. I'll saving everything. And then now let us see the deploy. So if I click over here now, let us see what happens. So it will allow always because it's my network. We are talking, a console application is trying to talk to the network. That's why. And you can see that 4218727711. What is this one? This is the app ID created for the same code which we have deployed just now over the sandbox. Now we are doing over the testnet. So I'll pass the same value. Let's say this time I'll pass 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's say, and then I press enter. So it will ask for me for the second value. Let's say press 6. So it is supposed to enter or give us the value 1240. Let's see. But because this is a test network, it will take some time, but the answer is done. 1240. But now, what is the proof? I might have just randomly generated this number. So what is the proof that this is the same application deployed by my wallet? The wallet we have just created on Paravol. So I'll go to app.deflow.org. This is our famous website, which we are using every now and then. So over here, when you open this one, something like this is there. By default, it goes to your sandbox environment. So I just need to change to my test network environment first of all. And from there, what I can do, I need to connect to Parawallet. So I'll click on connect wallet. I'll select Parawallet. So it will by default ask me that create or import wallet. What do you want to do? So I'll go to create wallet or import wallet. So now it will ask me the passcode. That's fine. So I'll utilize the passcode. And it is asking me that which wallet you want to connect with. So I'll just click the last one, the one we have just created, Sunil K, with the 10 test algos, and I'll click on connect. Once I do that, at the bottom, I'll be able to see the same address. If I go ahead and check my account, yeah, it is the same address, like VAXAV2. So we are good to go now. But I told you that I will be able to showcase with the proof that whatever we have done, the test network wallet also manages to display for us. So if I go to asset manager or app manager rather, you can see that the same 421872711. That means this is the same ID. You can compare both the numbers. 421872711. 421872711. So we are successfully able to deploy our console application. That means our sandbox application, or using a very simple smart contract, which returns the plus value of two variables or addition of two variables. We are now able to successfully deploy the same over the test, right? So this is you can see that how many changes do we needed to do. Very simple. We created very simple things and we were able to deploy that with ease, without any sort of trouble, right? And what happened over here? Over here, we are supposed to do, we have just, the sample code was there. We have just added couple of lines and we are able to successfully deploy the code over the network and even using the Parawallet. So if you go to Parawallet, if you go to this one, it will be able to showcase to you maybe about the transactions also, right? So over here, okay, we have not created anything, that the assets and all. So it is not showcasing anything. So you can see that one asset. So we have done the transactions. But if you go and over here, and if you click on that particular application ID, you'll be able to see that this is the creator. That means the wallet which created or which deployed this particular code to us or to particularly testnet. So this is the beauty of very simplistic code, which allows you to deploy your test network, sandbox code to the test network. All right. I hope everybody got that, because now what we are trying to achieve is the simplest part of it, that you have deployed the contract. The contract is on the test network. Sandbox contracts you cannot share with anyone else. But what am I trying to do currently is I've tested. Let's hope it works. So over here, what I'm trying to do is I am trying to deploy, or I'm trying to consume this code from some other source code, right? So what I'll do is I'll create one more console application. I'll create a new project. Let's say new this one. I want to go ahead with sandbox deployment. I'll click on next and I'll give that name test deployment or test net deployment 12, right? Because 11 is the one which we have just created, and I'll just click on create. So a new code will be created for us, right? But this time we don't want to just deploy the code. We just want to consume the code. So let me just first of all update the packages like the last time. And we are good to go, right? But then the code is over here. So how to consume this code from this particular contract to a different contract altogether? Because this is a sample contract. We know that all the other codes are also for us. We can remove this code. We can keep the code. That's fine. All I want is to consume that code, that particular contract which we have deployed to consume that code from here. So what I'll do is I'll go to my actual deployment. This is my actual deployment when we what we did over here. And if you go ahead over here, okay, why? This is the problem with generated error, because in order to make you understand T, I added one more S, and that's what created the problem. So that's fine. Now we got the error. Why it did not work with add to now? So over here, this particular class, if you right click over there, so it will give you some idea about export application.json. So what I'll do is I'll click over here and it will ask me to save the JSON file. Now we are already in testnet deployment 11 in the contract proxies folder. So I'm okay. I'll just create that file over there. No problem. So I'll just save that file. So now this is your ABI file of the class, what we have just created. So your friend, your colleague, anyone who wants to deploy or who wants to consume this contract in their respective DApps, what they need to do, let us see that. So we have this one, the next solution which we have just created. Over here, you have to go to extensions, go to Algorand, and from there, you need to do this one, generate proxy from application.json. If you click over there, it will ask you for the same application JSON which we have just created. So I'll just select that one and I'll open. So it will ask, you can see that, right? The same sentence, same code, everything is now listed over here. And it is getting created somewhere, the file. Okay. So I'll just click the file, save. But then it is asking me, where do you want to put it? So where we normally put proxies, in the contract proxies folder. So I'll click on that contract proxies folder. We can see that already other proxies are there, and we can save sample class. I can just rename this one as a proxy, and then we can have, whereas everything is proxy, I wanted to add the term proxy, right? If you don't want to add, that is also fine. But that's it, for the sake of keeping the naming convention or naming pattern same, I'll just do that. So if you expand this one, you will be able to see sample class proxy.cs also, right? Similarly, the namespace also is given, but you can see that for every other thing, the namespace is the same one, and the sample class proxy which we added, the namespace is also the same. So what we have done, we have imported the application.json, which is basically the ABI file of your smart contract, to a completely new solution. Now, over here also, if you go to program, again, we know that there is a Sandbox wallet. So I'm not worried about all the other code. Anyways, we don't require that. But we require this code because we want to consume the code which is deployed over the test network. So I'll just quickly copy the code which we have just done for the setup of this one. So I'll just copy this one, Control C and testnet, Control V. I'll just comment out these lines. So no errors over here. I'll save that. And this one, you can have a different wallet also. But currently then I just have to go to Para wallet and create a new one. So I'm not doing that for now. You can test for a different wallet also. It will still work. So this is all done. Now, if you remember, in the main function, we needed to write some code to get the particular function call. So over here, what is the main thing we need? This application ID, or commonly known as app ID. So I'll go to the other code which you have just tested before this session. So over here, where is that code? Yes. So what we need is, instead of that, I'm passing the app ID as it is. But right now we cannot do that. Why? Because we know that's a different application altogether. So I'll do that ulong. It's an app ID equals to. So I need to get that number. From where can I get that number? From here, because we deployed and we got this number. So I'll just use that number. I'll come back to my deployment and I'll pass that. So what did I do over here? I have just utilized the application ID from where I want to consume the code. Now it's a matter of just a simple programming, what we have already done. So over here also, if you check the same thing what we have done now for the second code also. So I'll just copy the code similarly exactly what we have done just now, and I'll paste over here. And you will be able to see what we have done. Same thing what we did last time. But over here, we are not able to access the sample class proxy. Why? The namespace is not added. So what we need to do is we need to add the namespace over here. Yo, it is already added. It's a program.cs. Okay, guys, give me a moment. There is some error with the namespaces. Just give me a moment. I'll fix that in a while. Why the program is getting an error? Okay, because of this one, program.cs, which we have imported. If you carefully look at this one, the namespace is a bit weird. So what I'll do is I'll just change this namespace for my sample class proxy, and I'll use the word like proxies, right? So this is all done, proxies. And then what I'll do is I'll go back to the main program.cs file, and instead of this one, I'll just utilize proxies, which I just created and done. And that will solve the error for us. And you can see that that particular error is gone. Now over here, because we know that we have changed the function name, so we need to add the S part of it. And now the same thing what we have done for the simple sandbox and the test network contract. But now the amazing part of it, we have not deployed the contract from this code. We have deployed the contract from the other code, and we are consuming the contract from this code. So over here, what am I trying to do? Now I will try to run this code from here. So I'll just press this button. Still there are errors. Namespace proxies. What is the problem? Okay, proxy base, I believe. No. Okay, we might have missed some. No, it is not there. It is all okay. Why it is getting an error? Okay. Namespace, then public class, and then this is the bracket for this one. This is this one. Okay, we need one more. Yep, and we are done. Okay, so it is done. Just a matter of brackets. So I can just deploy the code now. And we have not deployed the code from this code. Still, we are able to consume. You can see that testnet deployment 12. So in a while, we will have that enter the value part.
So Sunil sir, is it similar to like Open Zeppelin libraries we use in Ethereum? We consume
Yes.
Open Zeppelin contracts by
Yes.
just importing. So is it similar to that?
Yeah, it is similar.
And we just
So-
need the app ID of that smart contract and we can use.
Yes, exactly the same way. Okay, why is it not getting the enter the value part? Okay, it is deploying the other contracts. So we have to wait now because it is deploying the other contracts. We have not removed that. So it will deploy the first 4 contracts, which are by default, and then it will start our code. Okay, user account information, because I forgot to remove the every piece other code. So just give me a moment. I'll just, okay, what we are deleting. Okay, we are deleting the 4 codes. So nothing is required. No proxies also, no contracts, nothing is from our side. This is also not required. So delete. And in the program.cs file, because it tried to fund the wallet, guys. That's why it generated an error, because this is a test network wallet. It tried to fund the wallet from the test network. So I will just delete the code till here, and we are good to go. Oh, by default. Okay. Today I'm in a bit different mode. I've deleted the actual code also. So just give me the proxy file also I've deleted. I can retrieve from the smart contract proxy sample class proxy.cs test deployment. So right click and restore. Yeah, we are able to see that now. Control S, but it will generate some errors now because we have removed. Okay, we'll need to remove this one also. We need to remove this one also, and we need to remove this one also. So that nothing does, because we have deleted some code, the errors are there. Don't worry, guys. I know how to develop. Nope. Again, some error. Okay, proxies. So we don't need this one. There is nothing what we are going to use. The sample class proxy is just having a namespace proxy. Let us run this one. So now you can see that enter the first value. You can have 34. Enter. We can have the second 12. As is a test network, it will take some time. And the answer is 46. And we are able to successfully consume the code from the second contract, not from the first contract. So what we have done over here, we have not created a contract. We have just utilized the deployed contract, right? And if you go over here on the app.devflow and you go to the app manager, if you open this one and if you go to transactions, you will be able to see that some transaction is taken place, right? And this is maybe a reverse one. So let me see that. How can I find those transactions? So let me go to view in Explorer part. Yes, over here, we can see that 41 seconds ago, we have done a transaction. If you open that transaction, you will be able to see that text also. Okay, we have numbers, so probability is not able to deduct that. But this is basically the transaction which we have just created. It is showcasing the block number. It is showcasing the application ID, and we can see that the same para wallet address. So it is very, very simple to even consume the contract which is already deployed. And you know that even in Solidity, this is not this simple, right? It is the simplest way to call the contract which you have deployed from some other way, or some of your developer deployed that, and your dev developers can consume these contracts this easy, right? So that practically concludes my presentation. Now I know it is already 20:58. So any questions from anyone? We are open. Guys, any questions from anyone? Okay, somebody has written something. Yeah, okay, Mudassir, it's only you. Thank you, Mudassir. Mudassir, have you pasted the test network link? Sorry, the Discord link?
Yeah, I'm just.
Yeah, please do that.
And
So
guys, please join our Discord, and we basically discuss everything. If you have any doubt or any queries you want to ask, you can just, there are channels related to topics. You can just ask your question and tag Sunil sir or me, and you will get the response ASAP.
Yes, so any questions, guys, from anyone? I understand it's a Friday night. Everybody's in the weekend mode and all. So, Mohita, then let us conclude.
Yeah, sure. I think if there are no questions, let us, because it's almost 9 p.m., 8:59. And if there are any questions, just head to Discord, go to our Algo Bharat YouTube channel and drop your questions there, and we'll take it up. Is there anything else? And Sunil, thank you for the session. I remember, I told you, okay, so when do we move to Peralgo? Do you remember that in the session I had asked you? And it was a very interesting session. And thank you. And I just want to, let the others know that, these are live sessions, and with coding, it's always that there's a very slight possibility, right? That, the thing may take a little while to happen. But we appreciate your patience, and things do happen. The point is, Sunil is an excellent certified blockchain solutions architect, and we thank him for his time. And Sunil, I think you got a little frazzled there, where you were like, okay, I know what I am doing, but we completely trust you. We know what you are doing, and these things happen, I think, in coding all the time. So it's absolutely
Yes,
okay.
these things must happen. If you are not getting an error, that means you are not programming.
True. And
Period.
what it also shows is that, okay, even if there's an error that you've made, there's a way to fix it. So I
Yes.
think, when for someone like me, and even this young students, I mean, when we are trying, when we put our, when we try our hand at it, and we, of course, and let me talk about me, I make a lot of mistakes and errors as I'm learning. So at least I know, okay, there's a way to fix it. So, when you are doing that, that's also a learning for us, because we're like, oh, okay, that is the way to do it. And, you're somehow also able to recall effectively that, okay, this is what we've done wrong. This is how we have to fix it. So that definitely helps. And having said that, I wish everyone a great weekend, and I thank Sunil again. And we will put this up. We will put the session up, so you guys can share it with your classmates and share it with everybody else. And this has been a great learning session. I look forward to the next one, and I look forward to meeting all of you too again next Friday. So thank you.
Thank you very much, everyone. Have a nice weekend.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.